Hello students, welcome to St. Angel's online classes. Students, we are working from home. So today we are going to start chapter 5, which is quadratic equation and complex numbers. So what are the complex numbers? First of all, we need to know that. Okay, so I hope you have remembered that in the 10th class when you have studied quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So then the solution of this equation was minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So in that formula we see that because here d equals to under root b square minus 4ac. So if the value of d used to be greater than 0, then we see that we will get real and different roots. When this d was equals to 0, then we get real and equal roots. And when this d becomes less than 0, we said imaginary and different roots. Okay, but in 10th class we haven't moved forward from this line. Okay, so now we will start from here. What is this imaginary number and how we represent them in number line? What are the plane at which we represent it, and what are the all concepts regarding to the complex number? So the complex number will be introduced when d would be less than 0. So okay, now we'll start. So suppose I have a quadratic equation like x square plus 16 equals to 0, and I have to find the value of x. So from here x square would be minus 16 and x would be plus minus under root minus 16. And we know that there is no definition of negative inside a under root in the real number system. So I cannot solve this. So whenever we get terms such like that, we should say that this is not, there is no real solution of this equation. Then what could be the other possibilities? So first of all, if I know the value of under root minus 1, then I could find root of any equation. So what is this under root minus 1? So beta, we represent under root minus 1 by a Greek letter iota, and we represent it by I. So I equals to under root minus 1. So can I see that x equals to plus minus 1 into 16. So x would be plus minus 16 would be outside of the root, that would be 4 and under root minus 1, and under root minus 1 is equals to I. So I could say that x equals to plus minus 4 iota. So x is either 4i or x either minus 4 iota. So these are the solution of this equation. Okay. So whenever the time when we introduce the I, it means what? We move forward to we have shifted to the complex number. So all numbers of the form of a plus ib, all numbers of the form of a plus ib are known as complex numbers. Okay student, are known as complex numbers. Here a is the real part, z real, and b is the z imaginary. It means what? B is the imaginary part of z. For example, z equals to 1 minus 5i. It is a complex number because it is a form of a plus iota v. Here real part of z equals to 1. Imaginary part of z is equals to minus 5. So the number which is at the place of a is known as the real part of z, and number which comes with the I, the coefficient of I, that is known as the imaginary part of the complex number. Okay students, so now please pause the video and note it down. So now we will look at that how we represent a complex number on a axis. suppose beta, if I have said that represent point 2 comma 2 on xy plane, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, minus x minus y. I have to represent this point on xy plane. Xy plane means this plane, this plane, this is xy plane, this is y x dash y plane, this is x dash y dash plane, this is y dash x plane. So now this is x equals to 2, y also 2, 1 2 1 2. So this is the point. This point is 2 comma 2. I can easily represent this point. But if I said beta, please represent z equals to 3 plus 4i on a number system. So this is on x axis, no doubt. But beta, I don't know about 4i. This, what is 4i? So beta, to represent a complex number, we need a plane known as argand plane. Argand plane. In this plane, we take real x-axis, but we take imaginary y-axis, imaginary y-axis, and it would be like, here would be I, 2i, 3i, 4i, 5i, 6i, minus I, minus 2i, minus 3i, minus 4i, minus 5. Whatever number I will take with I. So if I have to represent a number like 3 plus 4i, it means what? On x-axis, the distance is 3 units. So 1, 2 and 3. This is the point on x-axis. And on imaginary y-axis, the point is 4i. 1i, 2i, 3i, 4i. So my point is this. So this is the point 3 comma 4i. And this number is z equals to 3 plus 4i. So that is how we can represent a complex number in the argand plane. So beta, it means what? That this distance is 3, and this distance is 4. We don't represent I because I is on the y-axis, so we'll just leave it. So this distance is 3, this distance is 4. So now beta, if I made a construction, suppose this point is O, this point is P. But then this line would be equals to, it's a right angle system. So this would be hypotenuse, that would be base square plus perpendicular. So 3 square plus 4 square. And with this line OP is known as magnitude of number Z. This line is known as magnitude of Z. So if we have given a number z equals to a plus iv, if we have given a complex number of this form, then its magnitude z, that would be equals to under root a square plus b square. A square plus b square. Okay, so this is the formula of magnitude. Suppose you have to find the magnitude of 1 minus 4i. So its magnitude would be under root 1 square plus minus 4 square. So that would be under root 1 and that would be plus 16. It means what? Under root 17 is the magnitude of this number. Answer. It's very simple. Okay students, so please pause the video and note it down. Sorry. Now, suppose we have a number a plus iv, then conjugate of z, it means the conjugate of this number is denoted by z bar. Okay, if someone has asked you, beta, what would be the conjugate of z? So we will represent by z bar, and that would be equals to a minus iota b. Okay, if you have z equals to a minus iota b, then its conjugate would be equals to a plus iota b. So whatever the sign in the complex number, if it is plus, then in conjugate it would be minus, and if it is minus in the complex number, in the conjugate it would be plus. So it's just opposite of the number. So this is known as the conjugate of a z. Okay students, now suppose I have two complex numbers, z1 is equals to a plus iota b, and there is another complex number z2, that is equals to c plus iota d. If these two numbers are equal, it means what? Their real part should be equal and their imaginary part should be equal. It means what? These two if equal, that it implies that A equals to C and B equals to D. Okay student? I hope you got it. And whenever we add two complex numbers, so their addition would be like, first of all, we will add the real number together. So A and C are the real number. So we'll add A plus C, and then we will add imaginary number together. So I take common, I is common, B plus D. In the same way, we will subtract two complex number. We will subtract real part, so A minus C, and we will subtract imaginary part, B minus D. So that is how we will use the operation of addition and subtraction on complex number. Students, please pause the video and note it down. If we have two numbers like z1 equals to A plus iota B and z2 equals to A, taken C plus iota D, then we will multiply z1 z2 like that, A plus iota B, C plus iota D. So that would be AC. First of all, I am multiplying by A in the bracket, so AC plus iota AD plus iota BC plus iota square BD. But we know that I equals to under root minus 1. Okay, so then I square would be equals to minus 1. I square would be equals to minus 1. So use this information over here. So that would be AC plus, take I as a common over here. Then we will left with AD plus BC, and that would be minus BD because I square is equals to minus 1. So Z1 into Z2 would be AC minus BD, AC minus BD plus iota AD plus BC. This is our multiplication. So now I am giving an example. Suppose we have Z equals to 3 plus 5 iota, Z1, and Z2 equals to 4 minus 3 iota. Then I have to find Z1 into Z2. So first of all, we will write like 3 plus 5 iota, 4 minus 3 iota. Okay students? Now just multiply. So that would be 3 4s are 12 minus 3 3s are 9i plus 5 4s are 20i and minus 15i square. And we know that I square is equal to minus 1. So that would be 12 minus 9 plus 20. So that would be plus 11i, and I square is minus 1 would be plus 15. So that would be 27 minus 11i answer. So that is how we can multiply two complex numbers. Okay students, please pause the video and note it down. Now we will learn the multiplication inverse, multiplicative inverse of a complex number z. Of a complex number z. If we have given a number z A plus iota B, then its multiplicative inverse, it means 1 upon z or z inverse would be equals to conjugate of z upon modulus square. That would be the formula. Okay. Suppose a number is 3 minus 4 iota. Okay. Now I have to find its z inverse. It means what? Multiplicative inverse. Okay. So the formula is z conjugate of z upon magnitude of square of magnitude of complex number. So first of all, what would be the conjugate of 3 minus 4i? That would be 3 plus 4 iota. Okay. Now what would be, sorry, it's only conjugate. Conjugate would be 3 plus 4 iota. Now what would be the modulus of z? So modulus of z would be equals to under root 3 square, it means 9, minus 4 square is 16. So that would be under root 25. Okay. So now square of magnitude would be under root 25 ka square kya hoga beta? It's 25. So now z inverse would be z conjugate upon magnitude square. Z conjugate is 3 plus 4 iota. 3 plus 4 iota upon z square is 25. It means what? 3 upon 25 plus iota 4 upon 25.